Why USA's travel and visa ban will affect Nigeria more. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Is this your first time? Thanks for stopping by. If you have been here before, thanks for coming back. We thank you for all your support and your encouragement. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, I'm pleading with you to kindly hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we release a new video. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and families. Let's look at why the USA's travel and visa ban will affect Nigeria more. Last week, the United States of America government announced that they have suspended Nigeria and 6 other countries from being issued with an immigration visas. They said it's a temporary suspension, which cited insecurity, homegrown terrorism, and inadequate information sharing between these countries and the United States of America. In this video, I'm not going to speak about other countries like Sudan, Tanzania, Eritrea, and the rest of them. I'm only going to concentrate on Nigeria because Nigeria is the country that I know too well. Other countries, their citizens and those that are affected in that country can say more about how it affects them. We Nigerians, we know where it affects us. We know if we are happy about the visa ban or suspension, as they called it, temporary suspension. If it affects us, if we are happy about it, or if we are angry about the development and the situation that we have found ourselves in. So why do I think that this development will affect Nigerians and Nigeria hardest is this. Nigerians with permanent residency in the United States can no longer bring either their spouse or any family member who is bearing a Nigerian passport to come and reside permanently in the United States as it stands now. If your husband lives in the United States and you, the wife, live in Nigeria, and both of you have been planning to see how he can bring you over to the USA, now it's no longer possible because this ban has cancelled that. Temporarily, as they said, nobody knows tomorrow. If your children are resident in Nigeria and you, the father, lives in America, you can't bring your children over with an immigration visa unless they are coming for a visit or on a student visa. In the United States, Nigerians are among the most successful and highly educated people, immigrants that reside in America. We have over 300,000 Nigerians who live in America and make legitimate money, that are doing legitimate work, paying their taxes and contributing to the economy and development of the United States of America. We have so many Nigerians in solid professions like medicals, real estate, trucking, those in the banking sector. Nigerians abroad, as we know, send billions of dollars yearly back home to assist their family members, to assist their children, to assist their friends back home because of the bad economic situation that is ravaging the country as we speak. We all know quite well that the only source of income Nigeria as a government, as a nation, is doing everything they can to make sure that it's still viable is the oil industry. These days we know that the entertainment industry is coming up, but that aspect of diversification, Nigerian government and the Nigerians in general have not actually made significant progress in diversifying the economy of Nigeria. They have concentrated mostly on oil, and maybe someday this oil that Nigerian government depends so much on may dry up. If this oil dries up, what becomes of Nigerians and Nigeria as a nation? These people, these are brothers and sisters that are doing so well in America. Not just in America, all over the world. In most of the universities abroad, Nigerians always come first in examinations, in graduations, even in research. We have Nigerians who are doing so well in technology. In science and technology, there are Nigerians that other nations' citizens cannot compete with. How have we descended so low that we are now being seen as nothing we now want nothing before the eyes of the international community. I have seen so many Nigerians blaming the Trump administration because of this visa ban or visa restriction, as you may call it. The man, President Trump, has his country's interest at heart. He is doing this to prevent his country from experiencing hardship, chaos, or anarchy. Anyhow you want, you can put it. They said issues of identity verification and information sharing. That is very critical. This is a very vital tool for a nation to develop. If your country has no idea of how many people that live in that country, how do you think that they can be able to plan for the development of the country and the development of the people? That's why in my previous videos, I've made mention of having a strong database where you can go and extract the amount of information or data that you want for implementation of projects and development of infrastructures for the citizens. But Nigeria has no central database. Nigerian government cannot boast of a place where they can go and source for information to see how they can better the lives of the people. So this is where this issue of identity verification is coming from, because the government, those in the helm of affairs, cannot say this is what is actually happening in our country. If someone commits a crime in our country, Nigeria, that person easily gets away with the crime, because if you run away, assuming someone commits a crime in Nigeria and runs to Ghana, the Ghanaian government cannot fight you, they cannot find you because they have no link. Our country cannot give them a concrete information on how to look for you, or in case your passport or your fingerprint shows up somewhere, and their system will allow the security agencies to come and pick you up. It's not existing in our country. So how do you now expect them to be able to share information with our international allies and our international friends? So it's impossible because there is no strong database. So that's one thing that is hurting our country as a nation. Another thing that is causing this problem is we Nigerians, because I remember in the video that I made about Senator Abaribe asking this present administration in Nigeria to resign, I said that the government in place now is not the problem of Nigeria, but Nigerians are their own problem. My reason for saying that is this: when you apply for a visitor's visa in the United States Embassy in Lagos or in Abuja, and you are being issued with 6 months visa, you travel to the United States and you say goodbye to Nigeria, forgetting that what you have is just 6 months visa. You overstay your visa. It's not just one person. So many people have traveled to the US, so many Nigerians have traveled to other parts of the world and overstayed their visas. Is it the United Kingdom? All parts of Europe? Is the same story. We are our own problems. If we can go to these countries and obey their laws, they won't have any problem with us. If we go to these countries and pipe low and do things legitimately, they won't have problem with us. But the crimes being committed by our own citizens, by ourselves, these crimes are affecting those that are living their lives legally and legitimately, those that are doing legal things. These people that I made mention of in medicals, in architecture, real estate, is it transport business or hotel management, banking sector, we have Nigerians that are flying the flag high there. But because of the crimes that most Nigerians have committed, this number is being forgotten. Nobody talks about them. If you bring out your green passport, the man behind you or the one before you will start looking over his shoulders. Just go to an office and present your green passport and they see Federal Republic of Nigeria. Instantly, something will tell the person that you have come to see that you may be a criminal or you are a fraudster. They start asking you questions about Nigeria. And mind you, we think maybe that security issues that they are raising is just about Boko Haram. It's not just Boko Haram. It's not only the herdsmen that are killing people on daily basis. Not just that. Security issues goes down to even the security agents malhandling and maltreating the citizens of Nigeria. If you see on internet, just check on Google, on daily basis, here on Facebook or WhatsApp, you see people distributing videos where police brutality is going on and nothing is being done about it. Recently in Port Harcourt, there is this Facebook post that I saw. A man said he took his car to the mechanics during Christmas period just for the mechanic to service the vehicle. The mechanic finished servicing the vehicle and took it on a test drive with about 3 of his colleagues. The police arrested them just to extort money from them for Christmas. They had some cash on them. Do you know that they were arrested? They labeled them criminals. They labeled them robbers. They went as far as writing statement that a woman raised the alarm that her car was stolen at gunpoint. The woman they were referring to in their statement is the sister of the owner of the car, because the car was registered in the sister's name. While the car belongs to the man, he registered the car in the sister's name so that the sister can have access to it. In the process, they killed the mechanic. If you check online, you will see the boy's name is Chima. They said the police killed him. And now, the police headquarters in Port Harcourt has detained these 3 or 4 policemen that carried out that operation. They have been detained. So if not that this man raised the alarm and created awareness, published what happened on Facebook for people to see, maybe they would have swept that case under the carpet. So that's how it's been done in Nigeria. Tell me, if you live abroad, or even those that live in Nigeria, can you walk around Nigeria? Can you walk around any street, walk on the street or your neighborhood, let's say 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. or even 1 p.m. Can you freely walk around? You can't. If you have a car, you can't drive around freely. Somebody may stop you on the way. If they don't harass you, they will extort you. They will forcefully take your ATM card from you and ask you to withdraw a certain amount of money to settle them so that they will set you free. There has been this campaign of NSAS for a while. Policemen will disguise in mufti and arrest people, harass them carelessly. Ask them to call their families to pay in social amount in a specific bank account so that they can regain their freedom. These things are being recorded and uploaded on the internet for the world to see. If some people are asking how is American government being able to monitor what is happening in Nigeria, 1, they have their consulate in Nigeria. 2, they have expatriates that are working in Nigeria. 3, there is the internet. There is nothing you upload today on the internet and you take it down the next second that somebody somewhere hasn't downloaded it and stored in his or her own phone to start distributing. That's why you see when they say, how did this sex tape leak? Somebody uploaded it, few seconds, the next person on the other side downloaded it. That's how it is. So even those that are working in Nigeria, Americans that are in Nigeria, are sending back information to their own country. This is how it's been done. This is how it's been done. Do you think that maybe if an American comes to your office today to ask you for a contract, you agree with him that after this contract that he's going to give you a kickback of $5,000, that he will not call their people and tell, this is how these people do. If you want to work, be ready to bribe Nigerians. So that's how they get the informations that they are using now to hurt us. And that's the reason why our own government cannot do anything, because they are defenseless. They know that everything that they have cited as their reason, they are all true. All of them are true. Now let's talk about the issue of exportation of terrorism from Nigeria to the United States. They said somebody, a terrorist, can hide under a Nigerian citizen and apply for visa and come to America and wreak havoc, because Nigerian government is setting free those that have been killing innocent people in our country. The headsmen or the banditers they are being called, They are roaming around freely and nothing is being done to them. They can go into a village and finish the whole people there at night and nothing will happen. The heavens will not fall. You talk about the security agents. You commit a crime and you pay them, they will let you go. So these are the security challenges that these countries, the Western world, want Nigeria and Nigerians to address. So we don't need to channel our anger and our energy towards the United States. Let's bring it back home. Bring our anger back home. Bring our energy back home so that we can see if there is any way we can salvage what is left of Nigeria. So this applies to these other 3 African countries on that list. Nigeria making them 4. So this applies to all of them. And if you look at it, last year, I think towards December or so, Chad had their troops working with Nigeria and some other countries in combating the presence and the killing of Nigerians or Africans by Boko Haram. They pulled out their troop. Maybe that was the time that they sat back to prepare the information or prepare all that they want to align with the United States so that they will be pulled out from the list. The Nigerian government said that they were not notified, but the American government said that they notified them on time, that this process started by March last year. So now that they are constituting a committee, how many committees are we going to constitute in that country? If an issue is being raised on the floor of the Senate, the next thing they will say is, let's constitute a committee. If somebody dies, constitute a committee. Look into the bad roads, constitute a committee. Lack of power supply, constitute a committee. How many committees are they going to constitute in one country? And what is the result of the committees that they have constituted in the past? And these committee members don't just sit for sitting's sake. They are being paid handsomely to sit for hours, deliberate on these issues. At the end of the day, what do we see? Security in Nigeria is 0 or maybe below 0. So the lack of government presence in Nigeria is one of the reasons why we are finding ourselves in this mess. If only our government will value human lives and do what is needful to protect the lives of the citizens, I don't think this embarrassment will come to Nigeria. There is no infrastructure. Nothing is being done to alleviate the poverty that is spreading like wildfire in Nigeria. These Nigerians that live in the United States and send money back home to help their brothers and sisters, have you asked yourself, if someone is working abroad and sending all the money, every penny that he earns at the end of the month back home to assist his mother, assist his father or her father or brothers and sisters, even their children, how will that person be able to fend for himself in America? Because there is high cost of living in America. Their house rent is not here. The money that we pay in Nigeria as house rent and be shouting, sometimes it's half of what people pay abroad for a month. That's how it is. Those that live abroad will tell you it's not easy, but they still find time. They still squeeze out their hard-earned money, their sweat, to assist their people back home. If it's becoming too difficult for them, they try all possible means to make sure that they bring them over. Even if you bring 1 or 2 to come and join you so that it will be lighter, easier for 3 members of the family who live abroad to assist those that are living in Nigeria. And now the road is closed. They have blocked everywhere. That's where I'm telling you that it will hit us more. It will affect Nigerians more, because if your husband lives in America, the wife is in Nigeria, that means the wife can no longer join her husband. They are going to be having long distance marriage, which may lead to infidelity or separation. That's why you see people having children for another man in their husband's house, because they can't be able to join their husbands. And mind you, that name Nigeria, like I told you, before the international community, it's no longer what it used to be. The giant of Africa that we are known for, we are no longer seen as giants of Africa. Many will tell you plainly that you guys are criminals. If you work in a company maybe and you defraud them, how do you think that another Nigerian will come and they will accept that person into that company? There is no way they will accept you. If someone commits a crime abroad and they ask the security agents in Nigeria to please provide us with this information on so person, and they are opening their mouths and looking at them, how do you think that your counterparts abroad will value you? They can't value you. And I said in my previous video that America is like the king of the world. If they start something, that same thing will spread to other parts of the world. We all can count how many things that started in America and have moved to other parts of the country, other parts of the world. So we know how many things that if America starts, other continents, other countries of the world will follow suit. Now that they have started banning us from being issued with immigration visas, maybe the United Kingdom may follow suit. Asian countries may follow suit, or even Europe as a whole may stop issuing immigration visas to Nigerians. But we all cannot come and study in America, in Europe, in the UK, or in Canada. We all cannot do that because they make so much money from student visas. They make so much money from the fee that these international students pay while studying in their country. So they cannot ban that side because that's a source of income, source of revenue for their country. They cannot ban that side. What do we do in this state that we have found ourselves? Who are we to hold accountable? We have to hold ourselves accountable and also our government. That's what I feel. So if you find value in this video, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel if you have not, share our videos, air your opinion. Let's meet in the comment section and continue this conversation. I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about this United States of America visa and travel ban placed on Nigeria and 3 other African countries? What do you think? Let's meet in the comment section and continue this conversation. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.